Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue talking about Asphalt Legends. And today, we're going to have a look at the new season that just started and the general celebration for the 20th anniversary of the Asphalt series. To be more specific, we're going to be talking about the anniversary login rewards, this new Spotlight event featuring the car on the screen, which is of course the Bugatti Chiron, the Spotlight Pass, and what does it contain, the Legend Pass improvements, the Ultimate Pass in general, but also what's going on the website with the minigame of Asphalt Urban GT and the codes that you can claim from them. But before I jump into any of this, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because when you're doing these things, you're telling YouTube that this channel is worth recommending to more people, and in that way, the channel keeps going and I can continue making this content for you. So, if you want some more Asphalt Legends right here, go ahead, like and subscribe. But alright, first things first, anniversary login rewards. Now this I'm gonna show you, it's a video that I've recorded because I knew I was gonna be able to claim this right away. All you need to do in order to claim these rewards is just, well, log into the game. So again, this you see right here, it's recording when I opened the game. It was loading and then I had to close this little ad that doesn't quite show over there. And right away after closing it, I got my rewards. So first things first, you can see it's gonna be 200,000 credits, which is not necessarily a ton, but hey, it's a little bit. 200 tokens, again, not a ton either, but my video is glitching out, thank you very much. You get enough blueprints to unlock the Ferrari FXXK in case you don't own it. Same thing for the Glickenhaus 003S. Again, enough to unlock it or start it up if you already own it but haven't started up. And finally, the key for the Bentley Continental GT3. Now, I understand that for a lot of people, these are not rewards that are particularly useful because you already own these cars and you're like, well, really? That's it? That's the reward that I got? But at the same time, we gotta think that for a lot of players, new players, this is actually pretty good, you know, in order to get a couple of new cars if they don't own them, or maybe start them up because they have been making slow progress, and also getting the key for the Bentley Continental GT3, that while it is a Class D car, it's a pretty good one, and it's been considerably rare. So while I understand that a lot of people are gonna be feeling disappointed about these rewards, I think that for the newer players, this is quite alright in general. But for those of you that are more into the game, that have already a lot more progress and whatnot, then you have this thing, the 20-year Spotlight Anniversary, 20-year Anniversary Spotlight event, whatever, you know what it is. And now, over here, I'm just gonna do a quick overview of the event. If you wanna see me doing a full breakdown, first let me know in the comments, and second, I should be making that video anyway soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, once I'm able to really look at the whole thing and break it down. But I did wanna have a quick look at it, just in general, because, well, you know, it's important. It is the main, I suppose, the main focus for this entire anniversary thing. So, what is the deal with it? First things first, this is incredibly similar in the general layout and the general setup as the Sonic event, where we even have a Spotlight Pass, and then if you go to play it, rather than just looking like a TLE, it looks more like a special event with a bunch of different stages, and you need to make progress and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into checking every single reward right now. It's just to give you an idea that each one of these stages is actually gonna feature two cars, a common one and a rare one. Obviously, the Mitsubishi Lancer, which is a very common car, so common that you literally own it because it's a starting car, and the rare car being the Alfa Romeo Giulia GT-AM. So those are gonna be the cars that are needed for this event. Rather for this particular stage. And like I was saying, each one of these stages is gonna contain two cars. For example, let's have a look over here. We're gonna have a common car, which is the Dodge Viper, and we have a rare car, which is the McLaren GT, both of them in Class C. Let's just move to another higher one. For example, over here, we're gonna have the Aston Martin Vulcan, very, very common car, and for the rare side, we got the Ferrari F8 Tributo. So you kind of get an idea that this event is kind of doable with either the common cars or the rare car, or ideally with both. So that is basically how you're gonna go in this entire event, just going stage by stage and getting eventually to the higher ones. And for the last stage, obviously, is gonna be the one for the main feature car, the Bugatti Chiron. And over here is like the competition tab, where depending on which position you end, you might be able to get just some rewards, some credits, some tokens, or even some epics for the car, so that's kind of dope. But, you know, top 1% for 3 epics, don't worry, that car is relatively common, you'll get some eventually. Now, what I wanted to show you also was what happened in the shop, because it's actually kind of interesting. We're just gonna jump over here so that it shows all of these stages. or rather all of these slots. And well, I'm happy to say that they changed it a little bit, where now we have a lot more space to get blueprints. So we have the regular ones. Always claim your free ones, by the way. This one that is completely free. Don't spend your trade tokens, not worth it. But if you get the offer here for credits, just go ahead. It's about 200 and some thousand. Well, it's actually only 3 claims. I thought it was 4. Okay, maybe it's less. Either way, yeah, go ahead and claim your free coins, because why not? They're for credits. Now, what I was saying is that there's a lot more slots over here to claim blueprints, and man, there's so many cars featured over here. Now, in case you're unfamiliar or unaware of what are the cars featured this time around, it's a lot. It's 20 cars. Sorry for all the jump scare with the text over there, but real quick. Mitsubishi Lancer, the Alfa Romeo Giulia GT AM, the Huracan Super Trofeo Evo, Volkswagen Electric R, Dodge Viper ACR, McLaren GT, Ferrari Daytona SP3, Arenara Husaria, the Lamborghini Asterion, McLaren Solus GT, Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo, Pagani Huayra R, Aston Martin Vulcan, Ferrari F8 Tributo, Jaguar XJR9, the Tomato P72, Lamborghini Centenario, Bugatti 110, the Deus Vaillant, and finally the Bugatti Chiron. All of those are the cars that are featured over here. Now, the thing about it is that in the shop, now we have more slots to get blueprints. In fact, finally they got rid of this section where you would buy only import parts, not epic import parts like this, not just regular import parts, which are incredibly common in this game, so it didn't make sense for them to offer this. Now, we actually have 3 slots for epic import parts, and we have 11 slots for blueprints. And I believe that this is always going to be guaranteed for the Bugatti Chiron, which is obviously the main car for this entire event. So that is the one that you could probably be focusing on. But otherwise, the rest of the blueprints are going to be random. Now, like I said, I'm not going to do a full breakdown of the event just yet, because I need to do a full video for that, and that's going to come later. But for now, I just wanted to give you some information as to what it's showing up over here. But okay, let's talk about the Spotlight Event Pass, which is obviously a premium reward, and you know, it was a bit controversial when it came to the Sonic Spotlight event and all of that. It really wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't worth the price that they were asking. Is this the same? Is it terrible? What is the deal with it? Well, actually, I think it's quite alright. Alright, let's focus on the free lane, which is the bottom one. Just general rewards as you do the missions and whatnot, but the important part is at the very end, you're gonna be able to get the key for the Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo, which is a very strong, very strong Class B car, and it's also considerably rare. So, hey, that is just straight up gonna be a free car so long as you do the mission. Now, granted, the missions are gonna be pretty grueling, because they do have some high requirements of do 8,000 meters with the Mitsubishi Lancer, do this, do a bunch of them, right? I'm gonna show them to you just in case you're curious, but either way, hopefully this isn't bugged this time and everybody can see them. But yeah, so you're supposed to be doing, or you're required to be doing all of this, and over the weeks there are gonna be more and more of those missions. But what I was saying is that actually, if we look at the premium side, right away, you will be able to get the key for the Jaguar XJR9. If you don't know anything about this car, it's a very unique Class A car. It was, well, I think that to this moment it still is the top speed king in Class A. It's ridiculous. It's a very rare car, so really interesting that you can acquire it right away. Other than that, you're still gonna be able to get the usual, right? Some blueprints, some of the, what do we call them, race tokens or whatever, the anniversary tokens, some more blueprints and all of that stuff, right? So also there's a decal over here that you can find for the Bugatti 110. This is like the exclusive decal for it. So hey, it looks kind of dope, but yeah, I really think that the premium this time around for this car is kind of worth it. But more interestingly, if we look at the actual price, it is about $10, I believe. Yeah, I believe this is about $10. So unlike the one for the Sonic, which was much more expensive, for $10 and being able to get the Jaguar XJR9, even if you only get it at one star, right? But then again, you can still probably start up a little bit more throughout the event and whatnot, but still, $10 for this car. Listen, I'm not here to convince anybody to spend money, but what I'm saying is that this car being sold for that amount of money, getting the car guaranteed in that way, I think it's actually pretty reasonable for the standards of this game. So again, not trying to convince you to spend money on the game, you know, but still, I thought it was kind of interesting that this time, this pass looks a lot more worth than the previous one was. So again, I will end up making a dedicated video to this entire thing in the upcoming days, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I want to talk of a different pass. The Legend... Wait, where is it? What? No, okay, here's the deal. I'm playing right now. This that you see, it's on my Windows account. And for some reason, the Legend Pass and even the Ultimate Pass are not available. You cannot purchase it. You cannot actually see the season at all. So it's kind of weird. So I'm going to switch to my Nintendo Switch. But this is an issue that Gameloft already acknowledged, and they said that they're working on it. So expect it to be soon, to be fixed soon. But okay, from this point onwards, we're looking at my Nintendo Switch account, which, and over there's no problem with the Legend Pass and all of that. So yeah, let's talk about it, because in the patch notes, Gameloft did mention that they were going to be changing some stuff related to the Legend Pass. Now, let's ignore for now the Ultimate Pass. We're going to talk about that in a second. But no, the regular Legend Pass now had some changes where the rewards have improved. Namely, they provide more blueprints in the premium lane. Over here, for example, for the Lamborghini SE18, normally that would be 5. Now it's 8. Now they give over twice as many tokens, about 3,000 tokens if I remember correctly. They also give about twice as many credits, making it about 6 million in total. So again, this is obviously, again, the premium side of things. The Legend Pass is going to cost you about $10 in order to purchase, and it is what we kind of know, but improved, which is in general a good thing. However, now there is also the Ultimate Pass, and oh boy, now you can see it being advertised here on the left side, and if we go over there, it's gonna show us information in a weird way, because it kinda, I don't know, when I started seeing this, is like, oh, is this the rewards that I'm gonna get from it? Oh, they look like these rewards from the regular Legend Pass. So is that basically doubling the... No, this is listing the regular Legend Pass on the right side. Really, what you want to see is on the left side where it says instant rewards, and that is the Ultimate Pass. What does it contain? Well, right away you can see 20 million credits. It can 20 million credits, 500 of the style points, which are used in order to unlock vanity items or colors or materials for painting your car and whatnot. A bunch of VIP points, 10,000 tokens, and very interestingly enough, 5 epics for class S, A, B, and C. They're wildcards, so you can use them in any of your cars. This can be really valuable for people that are aiming to get the epics for a certain car and they're super rare. Man, these wildcards are actually quite useful. And then we also have some packs for the 20th anniversary, which is going to contain the cars from the Spotlight Pass, Spotlight event. So you can get some blueprints for these cars and 30 blueprints for the Pagani Zonda Cinque, which should unlock the car for you right away. Now, while I've already talked about this car in maybe not being a necessarily amazing car and whatnot, this is a relevant car for the upcoming Drive Syndicate. If you know anything about Drive Syndicate, once you get to the Class A, it's actually difficult to unlock the car unless a bunch of stars align, so this instantly skips that for you. So, some really good rewards overall. However, one thing that I did say in the previous video, because there was some miscommunication, we understood, or at least I did as content creator, that they were also going to give additional fuel in this pass, but no additional fuel. These are the rewards that you get from the Ultimate Pass, as well as getting the regular Legend Pass. It is already included, and it unlocks a bunch of stages and all of that stuff, right? Now, the real question is, if the Legend Pass costs $10, how much is the Ultimate Pass? And the answer to that is one that hurts a little bit. It's all right. So this is obviously my local currency. This is the one that says MX199. That is about $10. So Ultimate Legend Pass, it's about $50. Even it's a little bit more, but you know, the conversions are weird. I believe the overall price for this thing is going to be $50. So it is indeed a very expensive pass. But, and once again, for the 11th time, I'm not here to convince you to spend money at all. But considering that it does give, well, 10,000 tokens and all of these wildcards for epics, which if sold separately are considerably expensive, and the unlock of the Pagani Zonda Cinque, I'm not gonna say that it's worth it. I'm not gonna recommend you to buy it, but I would see why a lot of people that are used to spending money in the game would consider worth it. Whether you personally think it's worth it or not, that is completely up to you. And at the end of the day, it's another one of those things that it's available for people who want to spend money, but you can just happily ignore it and just go on with life as if this thing didn't exist. So, is it fantastic? No. But is it terrible? I don't believe it either. It's up to you if you want it. Real quick, another thing that just started is a Deus Vallen seasonal Revving, which is this event right here. By the way, you can see the Formula E Grand Prix. I'll show you the results on that in a video coming soon. But for now, let's focus on this one because this is a very peculiar type of events where it features the cars from the previous season or previous patch, I suppose. So it's going to contain some, it's a special event with very few requirements, or rather very few conditions, but it requires a car at high stars in order to complete. And if you happen to have these cars and you can actually complete it, you're going to get a lot of blueprints in this case for the Deus Vayan. So we have gotten this one. I think last time it was for the Bugatti Mistral. So yeah, I think these events are going to be coming back. I suppose it's a way to incentivize people to really go crazy in a season. And if you did get all of these cars at high stars in the previous season, then over here you're going to be able to get an additional reward from having done that. Now obviously this is going to benefit a lot the players that have a ton of cars or that are spending a lot of money in getting all of this stuff. But hey, there it is. Just wanted to mention it because apparently these are going to be recurrent. Not that Gameloft has actually mentioned them, but I think we can see the pattern. So that's kind of interesting. Now for the last thing that I want to talk about, it's the website for Asphalt Legends, because over here they're going to be talking about the whole thing of the anniversary, and I thought it's interesting what they show. Now they also had over here the trailer for the anniversary, but that was published some days ago, so that's not super relevant for right now. But here's the deal about it. Well, we can see the cool graphic of the 20 years of Asphalt, but if we scroll a little bit, then it provides us with a little bit of the history of Asphalt. 20 years of racing history, an Asphalt journey. Take a dive through time and explore Asphalt history as we take a trip through the main games. How many of you do you remember playing? And first we have Asphalt Urban GT, which is gonna be, we're gonna play it in a second, don't worry about it. Honestly, never played it. Asphalt 2 Urban GT as well, never played it. Oh, it features already a Lambo and the SLR, kind of cool. Asphalt 3 Street Rules, nope, never played it, but it features a Lambo, love to see it. Asphalt 4 Elite Racing, ooh, a Bugatti Veyron, I suppose. Yeah, that's gotta be a Veyron given the year, right? We got Asphalt, just straight up Asphalt 5, never seen it, never played it, so yeah, I'm not super knowledgeable in the old Asphalt, all right? We got Asphalt 6 Adrenaline, which I did play a tiny little bit, but I never really played it a lot. And there is the famous Pagani Zonda 5, so there you have it. Finally, Asphalt 7, which I did play a bit with a beautiful Lamborghini Aventador. Asphalt 8, the good old classic with my beautiful favorite car, the Lamborghini Veneno. And Asphalt 9, Legends, with the Ferrari FXX case, so okay. And it's separate over here as Asphalt Legends. It does have the graphic that we saw for Unite, but hey, you know. Once again, it no longer is Asphalt Legends Unite, it's just Asphalt Legends, but there we go. So yeah, those are the main versions of Asphalt. There's been other Asphalt games in between and whatnot, but they're like sub-versions like Asphalt Extreme, Asphalt Nitro, things like that, right? But no, these are the main series Asphalt games, so hey, it's kind of cool to look at them. But here is what I thought was very interesting. Asphalt Urban GT, the game that started it all. Click below to jump behind the wheel of this nostalgia-driven ride and re-experience Asphalt GT, the game that launched a legacy. Yeah, let's do that. And here we go. Let me pause the music so that we can hear these fancy tunes over here. Oh yeah. So, Asphalt Urban GT. So, from what I understand, this was indeed a phone game way before, for those young people, this was way before smartphones were a thing. It's when we would still use cell phones, but they were dumb phones. So yes, very limited capability with graphics and whatnot, but still, you know, there were still games to be played, and this was apparently one of them. So let's go into an instant play because, hey, no, actually I wanted to show you the arcade because over here we actually get to see the cars, the tracks and whatnot. Yeah, obviously super low graphics. That's kind of expected. It's fine. Ooh, let's drive in Tokyo because why not? Yeah, sure, let's go for that. Now we see the cars available. We got the Shark Phantom, Panther Nebula. I don't know, what does that look like? I'm not sure. Why don't you let me know in the comments what you think these cars are meant to be like? Because obviously, they're not gonna be licensed cars. They weren't licensed cars yet, so they were like quote-unquote fantasy, but they normally make them to look like other cars. So I don't know, that looks a little bit to me like a Bentley? Or a Rolls Royce. No, Phantom. It's gotta be a Rolls Royce, right? I'm not sure. Panther Nebula, I'm not sure what that looks like. Kind of a Porsche? I'm not sure. We got the Lion Quasar. We got the Gazelle. Oh, I suppose Quasar is the brand and this is the name of the car, right? So it's the Quasar Gazelle. Not sure what that looks like. We got the Nebula Ocelot. Ooh, funky looking. We got the Quasar Serval. Tell me that doesn't look a little bit like a Lambo, especially over there, like a bit of a Diablo tone to it. I'm not sure. We got the Phantom Narwhal. And I think, oh yeah, and the Nebula Tiger. So those are the cars available. Let's drive the Serval, which is totally not a Lambo. because why not? Now, like I said, this is a very, very, very old game, so yeah, you'll have to forgive the fact that the graphics are very basic. But then again, let's remember that this was at a time when phones were not as capable as they are now, so obviously, oh Jesus, they were a little bit limited, not a little bit, quite limited into what they could display, so Jesus, stop pushing me. So I don't know, I think it's kind of curious to see this game, see what Asphalt used to be, oh Jesus Christ, where it all started and all of that stuff, because hey, why not? Now, this game, again, you play it on the website. I don't know if this is playable in mobile. I would imagine that it is, but honestly, I didn't try. I'm playing right now this thing on my computer, so yes. And you control it with the WASD keys or the arrow keys. You press up in order to trigger your nitro, and there you go. So yeah, obviously basic game, old game and whatnot, but hey, once again, back in the old days, this is what we played to be entertaining. Honestly, I've been playing it a little bit over here in this web browser version of the game, and it's actually not too bad. I think that probably the main difference is that the frame rate is quite high. I imagine that in the phone, the frame rate, these police are so annoying. Let me push them. Get out of the way. I think I pushed them out of the track. It's fine, let me get that nitro and let's keep moving. Yeah, I would imagine that the frame rate, when you would play it in your old phone, would have been lower, it wouldn't look as smooth, but hey, you know, still, it's an old experience, slightly modernized, so that's kind of dope. So anyway, this is the little game. You can play it if you want. I would suggest you to play it just for the nostalgia, but actually, once you finish a race over here, you get a code in order to get some rewards. Now, I'm realizing that in this particular race, I only found one cop, and there has been no helicopter going after me. Yeah, there's a helicopter that chases you and kind of, shoot you with some sort of laser or something. You just need to be steering quite a bit in order for it to not be able to lock into you, but hey. So yes, I was saying there is a bit of a reward if you finish this race. I want to see if I can actually win it, because the previous times that I've been playing... dude, it's a push! Motherfucker! God damn you! Really? Okay, so it says busted, but really the race continues. Though I lost my first place, thank you very much for pushing me. But either way, all you need to do is finish a race, and once you do, you are greeted with... Hold on, it'll show. There it is. Beautiful. So, there is your redeem code, Urban GT Rocks. Put that on the website, and you're gonna be able to claim this you see on the screen right now. It's just a screenshot that I took of it, but it's fine. 50,000 credits and 3 packs for the 20-year anniversary thing with blueprints and whatnot. It's not an amazing reward, but hey, why not claim it? Might as well. You don't actually need to play the game because this code is the same for everybody, so you can just go ahead and claim it. I already showed it to you, but I also would suggest you to go ahead and give it a shot with the mini game, because hey, why not? Have some fun, see what Asphalt used to be about. But alright, so the other thing that I wanted to show you here is the community milestones, and it says, everyone is joining the celebration. We've set a community milestone for the entire anniversary for all of our players to complete together. If all of our players reach that goal, a free reward will unlock for everyone. What are you waiting for? Get racing. And you can see that it's asking for 10 million races in total. And so far, actually, let me refresh this. Okay, no, yeah, it was updated. So far we have almost 500,000 races, considering that this is going to be running for basically an entire month. Yeah, we most definitely are going to be able to make it, but still it's kind of cool to see how people are making progress over here. And then finally, we also have the 20 days for 20 years. It wouldn't be a birthday without gifts. Each day a new code will be revealed, and if you claim them all, you'll be able to unlock the Ferrari F8 Tributo for free. So, this is the first code that is available. It's right there on the screen if you want to copy it, whatnot. You can just go to the website. You can click on claim and it will take you to the website in order to claim the code. So what does that code give you? This one, the first one, gave me 10 blueprints for the Ferrari F8 Tributo. So I don't imagine that every day is going to be blueprints for that car, because it says that you need to claim all of them in order to get the car for free. But either way, still claim everything that you can, because hey, why not? It's free. So yeah, remember to visit the website every day, or keep an eye to, I don't know, channels that are publishing these codes in case you want to see them. But yeah, that's basically it. Seal redemption. What is that? Oh yeah, here's all of the, so you can see, I don't see, it's already over here. Okay, whatever, you kind of get the idea. Oh, and as I return to the game, it actually has been fixed already. This is the Windows version, and the Legend Pass is now there. So yeah, for those of you that were missing this information and whatnot, now it's there, so you can proceed and check it out if you want to buy the pass and whatnot. As I said, I'm not trying to convince anybody, just providing you the information. But yeah, that is basically it for the new update. There's obviously some other events and whatnot, more things to talk about Like I said, I'm gonna end up making a video in relation to this spotlight, doing the breakdown. I'm probably gonna do a spreadsheet and all of that stuff, so yeah, you can expect that to happen. But for now, that's where I'm gonna leave it. Let me know in the comments what you think. What did I miss? And yeah, overall, what are your thoughts on the anniversary celebration so far? Remember, it just started. Let's see what else Gameloft has to offer to us. But alright, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.